the tables with the municipal salaries. And
Oh.
I just referenced them inside them.
Did you put any of this in?
I didn't, and you know why I didn't? I was gonna put this as a table.
Yeah, but this wasn't.
I don't wanna put that as a table, only because it's a statistic based on what? You know, we have no supporting data for this. I know we developed this statistic, so I don't wanna put that in.
Actually, no, I can give you where I got that. That all came from the,
Cause I wanted to put that as
yeah.
as I was looking at that for a while today, I wouldn't mind getting that in there and putting this as a table, as an exhibit at the
Where
end.
I got those tables, the conference, Connecticut Conference Municipalities,
Okay,
that's where I got all that information from.
these tables right here? This is the municipal, Connecticut Conference of Municipalities, okay.
Yeah, is that the one though that has the,
This is the one that has the breakdown.
because I might have used two
Municipal
different
salaries.
sources to get the total of the information.
If we can get the sources for this, so we can at least explain where this came from, I would like to put this as an exhibit.
Yeah, so it would have come from here to the bottom?
From that actual website?
Yeah, that's the website, because that's where Janelle pulled all these
Okay.
from, and that's showed charter or whatever.
So it would have came from that, so this information would come from that?
Some of it.
Okay.
Some of it came from, I went through the whole, there's a whole,
Hello.
I guess you recommended this one from. This is where I got, see, this,
Yeah.
I got this actually from, Robert E. Lee, remember him?
Yeah.
And I can get the source for that. So this is where I went by town, what they have for
This is
former
for-
government, everything?
That's where you came up with this part and part?
Yeah, so part of it came from there, part of it came from.
I just
there.
think if we put this in,
We got
this
reference
is
where
an
we did
exhibit,
it.
I wanna put down, you know, where you get the information.
Absolutely.
Okay. And I thought about, I didn't incorporate this specific information into the text.
Yeah,
We couldn't, it wouldn't be a bad idea to do that.
yeah,
I didn't do that though,
yeah.
okay? Do you wanna take some time to do that? You gotta figure out, cause you have a mixture of information here.
Yep.
They can go in a couple of different places. You have information about charters, here and here, that can go in the charter section. And then you have information about the forms of government. Okay, so, if you wanna,
So basically,
I will,
what we-
I did not send this out today, but I will. I mean, the only difference between this and what I already sent out to you guys was I incorporated those tables into as exhibits.
Okay.
So if you want, I'll send this out again, this draft, which is more final draft because of the exhibits. I'll send that out to you. And if you wanna go in there and plug this stuff in somewhere.
So basically, you don't want to do something like this, same font, put it in there as, this is where statistics came from, or,
It's an exhibit,
yeah? So
okay?
do this as an exhibit with the sources.
Right, but we also could incorporate a couple lines within the text that, like when we're talking about charters, we can throw something in there that says, 109 towns in Connecticut have charters.
Yeah.
Okay, that doesn't, I don't know that we have to, like, give the reference for that, you know what I mean?
That's fine,
Within
either
the
way.
text.
Like I said, I'll let me check with Danelle, because she has that,
Okay.
she's the one that pulled up the one I just.
And then you could figure out where it's appropriate, see, so I did this, at the end of the charter section here, it says see exhibit 4 for additional examples of charter
Okay.
provisions. So in the appropriate place within this document, you can reference exhibit 5, and then we just add this to the end
Okay.
with the references on it.
Good.
Okay,
So basically, just reference it and put an exhibit at the end.
yeah,
Good.
yeah, so you can do that. So this is the only, I just gave you.
You can be happy, yeah.
Yeah, so that's the only difference. So what I had scanned and sent you guys prior to the last meeting, I'll really have a chance to look at it before the meeting. So I did, I didn't, on the one I just handed you, I hand wrote the draft date. What'd you do with the one I just gave you? You took it, right? Right, yeah, I wrote a draft date on it, so we know what it's about.
Did Danelle let you know if she's gonna be late, or how
No,
about Steve?
no, Steve didn't even respond if he was going to be here. And they all did not know she was gonna be late. I don't think there's much to go over on this tonight, so I really was hoping she was gonna be here in France, so we could have a quick meeting on this, you know. We haven't opened the meeting yet, we're waiting for.
I presume that. Thank you.
Yeah, because a complete chart, she said, for this one can be found here. That would be my reference for that.
Did you have a chance to go through the draft?
Yeah, the one you sent the other day.
Yeah.
Late today, so.
No, this is early for you today.
Septic system, septic inspection with,
I
actually.
have time.
So, I think, moving forward. She's gonna get them back out next week to do that. Fire the boiler up and all those things.
So we can assume that Steve's either not gonna be here or be.
Yeah, we're gonna start the meeting we're tomorrow, so Danelle is ready to roll, we're gonna roll.
All right. I did read your revisions and I started to revise them.
Do you have revisions with you?
Well, I sort of, they're on my computer.
Actually, let's put that in.
Okay, go call me to order at 7:15. And if we do the minutes from the last meeting?
Yeah. You guys here? You guys take a look at it?
Okay, your motion to approve the minutes?
Yes.
Second. Is there a second?
Second.
I'll second it, see
I'll
how you
second.
Yeah,
drafted
right.
them, okay, I guess I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, minutes are approved. Okay, what I gave you was the one that I'd sent out, this one here. The difference between this and the one I sent out before the meeting last week.
Oh, okay.
Okay, the only difference is I incorporated the tables of municipal salaries in this, which I had not done in the other one.
Oh, okay.
So that's the only
That was
difference.
actually one of the notes that I made when you sent that to me in email.
Yeah, that's the only difference on this is that.
Quick question to know, this is
Yes.
something I'm gonna have to add in here.
Yeah.
Actually, if you're doing editing, all of you have it, I'll just send it to you. All this information here, these tables,
Yeah,
that show charter or ordinance or
I
whatever,
already took those out.
yeah, no, but this all came from here. So if I go there, I can pull up all the towns and it'll show all the, that's where it has charter ordinance.
Yes.
Okay, good. Just because in the, there's gonna be an exhibit on there, I didn't have this in.
Okay,
I'm gonna make this an exhibit.
So I need
This
to have,
page is- This page is an exhibit.
yeah,
okay.
so like for the first one, I got that information off of this, I couldn't find it where you sent it. And then the other things, form of government, I got from another form that Robert Lee sent me. So I just need to properly reference these for our exhibit.
Right, yes. But, you know, go to that link and make sure,
I will.
we pulled data from a lot of places, or
Yep.
information from a lot of places, but I believe that references that particular chart right there.
Okay.
So how are we gonna leave that? Are you?
What I'm gonna do is
Doing what?
I'm gonna take this,
Yeah,
and I'm gonna add on to it the references. We'll make it an exhibit,
yeah.
and I'll send it to whoever is going to do the final,
Why don't you do this? Send that to me.
Yeah.
Okay.
that way you can reformat it with your
I'll
whatever.
reformat it, I'll add it, okay? And then I'll send it out to all of us, and
Okay,
then you can put your changes on that draft.
on the final.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
I mean,
right, that's,
it sounds like some of, you might, I haven't seen it.
unless, I mean, what do you have for changes?
Well, there were a couple of places that, Steve had suggested that I had in my notes that I felt like you sort of expanded. We probably could have done, you know,
Yeah.
gone a little broader with it.
Yeah.
But, you know, I think it's sufficient. I think it
Well, I mean,
covers-
is it
Let me just-
easier for you to send them to me and just add it in, for me to add it in, or, that's what I'm getting at?
Yeah,
Well,
where is
they were
it?
more like, okay, more things like, you know, hey, maybe you should expand on that idea. You know what I mean? It wasn't like, let me just get it in front of me, this here.
Maybe it's, because I've been tweaking this now, so maybe it's easier.
Yeah,
You
if
give it to
you're-
me and I'll just finish
Sure.
tweaking it and send it to everybody.
If you're headlong into it, then it definitely makes more sense for you to keep doing it.
Okay, so-
I mean, these are just like a few little things the committee had presentation by that somehow, it's funny because this was the same
Where are you
typo
now?
that you gave to me.
Yeah.
And then I must have fixed it or something, but like that sentence doesn't make sense anymore.
Where are you?
I don't, just on the first methodology, the very first page. So see where it
Oh, okay,
says
yeah,
the committee had.
Well, that was yours, so.
I know, but then I changed it, because you pointed that out to me. I thought, but maybe I didn't save it or something, whatever. Anyway, so that
Okay,
same typo.
well, that's just to clear up.
Yes,
the-
exactly.
okay, I
But
see.
then that whole sentence doesn't make any sense whatsoever, so just look at that sentence.
Okay,
It's
I'll
not just,
just clean it up, I know, okay,
Yeah.
I know what you mean, okay.
why you're just trying so hard to, I'm not used to editing in PDF. I'm used to a different, like putting it in Word, so I put it in Word and I don't know. Let's see here.
Is the green with what I said?
Yeah.
Okay.
Text box is inserted somewhere. Here, okay, 2007, let me see. All right, so this is this area where it's under considerations, what page is this on?
Well, it's on page
4, okay.
Yeah.
So, I think we should actually like do the math specifically because on the
Do what,
salaries,
do what?
Where are you?
I'm on page 4,
Yeah.
under the addition that, in green that Wendell made on the top there where he's
I don't
notes
have the
the
green,
range.
just because you
It's
just.
printed out,
This is
sorry.
all-
Okay.
Okay, so where it says the range of 60,000 to 80,000, we believe position blah, blah, blah.
I changed that, by the way, to 50 to 65,
Okay,
Yeah.
based on his tables.
okay, so that's what I was starting to think, we didn't include the salary tables, but it sounds like you've already addressed that.
Yeah, I did on this draft. What I
Okay.
did, what I just did, I looked at the tables, because at that time I typed that, I was just going off of memory. I looked at the tables and just seeing what the range was for the executive administrative assistant. It seemed like it was between 50 and 70-ish, something like that. So I tweaked the numbers a little bit more in line with the tables, and then I made a reference to the exhibit for those actual tables.
Okay, that's all I was gonna recommend
Okay.
actually, so you've
Did
already.
you put the table in there?
Yes,
Okay,
that's
okay.
it, that's it.
And then that, what, the
Those
other thing I was
pages.
gonna say is, so it still looks like we could afford to have a town manager. But what I think needs to be made clear, which is Steve has said this like over and over and over again, if that one table, and maybe it says it actually shows under this one, yeah, this table shows all of the administrative cost, right? So if you add that up, then it's completely, like, we can't afford it. So I was saying, maybe we should do an example of the math and reference this, and say, if you add
If you want an
this plus
example of
this,
math, you
then plan.
give it to me then.
I mean,
I
just
don't-
take
I
like
don't
the
think that's-
salary of
Because I mean, how you gonna be specific enough for our?
Number one, we're
our
comparing a
town?
whole bunch of different towns,
That's right,
and we're including the table, so
yeah,
people
Alright,
can
fair
add.
enough.
yeah.
I mean, so if you just take one, you don't wanna feel like, okay, I just chose that one to make this look better or what?
We could take an average, or I mean,
Or we can leave the table in here.
Fair enough, okay.
and That's easy.
I
to
mean,
do.
Yeah, that was, but
That's
I
why I
know,
didn't
I know what you're
insert
getting
it.
at, with this paragraph right here, okay, which is this paragraph.
Yep.
Is basically saying, look, even though these two positions are gonna cost more than a town manager, you would only end up with one person if you wanted the town manager. The whole purpose is to have two people doing the job, because it's just too much work for one person. And that's what we heard from the selectmen and from other
I'm from the town manager.
town managers, that
Yeah.
it's not a one-man job anymore, a one-person job anymore, so we can't just look at the cost. Okay, because we just look at the cost and say, we'll just hire a town manager, but then you're back where you are right now with one head administrator. And our whole basis for this is that we need two people up there doing that job, not just one.
And then I kind of thought like, well, many people might have the reaction, well then what is the selectman gonna do? And now, of course, we know a little bit more now from delving into this, that's sort of an absurd statement to make. But if, just on the face of it,
Yeah.
had I not been in this and done all of this research, I might ask that same question, well, what do you mean? They're gonna handle this, they're gonna handle this, well, what's he gonna do, sit up there and cut ribbons all the time, or like, what's going on? So I think addressing that head on, again, I just think those questions pop into my head as a taxpayer. If you immediately say, that leaves room for not this nebulous, you know, what the Board of Selectmen should be doing, but maybe list some specific tasks as we've done with that particular role. Like, what is left? Well, there's a bazillion things left, but.
Well, just the first one, you just using that for example, you said hire, just use that for example. In my mind, I don't envision this executive administrative assistant doing the hiring. I mean, like, doing the hiring. I see them screening and then,
They'll run the search committee.
yeah, and then kind of have a simple meeting with the selectmen saying, this is who I'm thinking we should, you know what I mean?
But that's
So-
not what that says.
But this doesn't, well, this, okay, maybe we can clarify, and I didn't intend this to say, using that as an example, that
Yeah.
that person's gonna be doing the hiring. I think they'll be doing 90% of the hiring work that the selectman now does, and then the selectman can just kind of participate at the very end.
You could even.
So
put
that's
that-
how, that's the answer to, well, what's the selectman gonna do? The selectman's still gonna have their fingers in these things, but like at the very end of it, more for oversight than any real.
And I think.
Right, like any CEO would, right?
Exactly,
I mean,
exactly.
That
So
makes
that's-
sense, but
that's-
if it's not specifically stated, it begs the question, when you read that, as a taxpayer, you're gonna think, well, okay. But, you know, just as a person that hasn't been involved in this, I'm guessing they might say that. I know this is actually going to the selectmen, but I would like for this to be some sort of basis for support for the ideas.
Well,
that we-
When was John Julian first selectman? How long ago was that?
Died
How long ago?
13 years ago.
Okay. So we essentially, the position that we're talking about, the town essentially had that
Yeah.
for about 10, 11 years, up until just last year. They had this position.
Off and on, you've had it off and on, right. yeah.
I mean, Mike was only not here for a short time.
Right, right.
You know, so that position was here, and that position basically allowed the first selectman to work full-time in Hartford, or to focus more on policy, or so forth. You know what I mean? So that he was also like a project manager, if you will, for a lot of
It's
things.
not that I don't get it, it's that when I read this,
Yeah.
if I were just a regular taxpayer, and I was reading this, and I hadn't done this, and I don't know what they're doing,
I think a lot of the explanation for this is gonna be in the presentation and the questions that people have. We can't possibly answer every question.
Well, I could, you know, I know what she's getting at, and I could put a line in there that just very briefly says, you know, selectmen's still gonna be involved in these areas, but.
but that's
but-
all I was.
Right, yeah.
Because otherwise, people are gonna be
Yeah.
like, what?
Well, I mean, because I said assisting him in those, what I said was, what it says is assisting him in those areas. You know, would help us, we could help the
Maybe that's
selectmen with
rewording.
daily administrative responsibilities, so.
You know, that could be rewording that I
Yeah.
didn't,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, so, but I wrote it so I know what I meant, it doesn't mean that's what came out.
Right,
Okay, so,
right.
I know what you're talking about, I'll,
well,
I'll
that's why
put
you
something
had
in.
us read it, right? So you
no,
said
no,
that,
exactly, yes.
so I'm just saying, my first
Yeah,
impression
no,
is.
no, well, that's,
that.
we can, it's an easy clarification, so I can take it.
And, oh, and you put this in, so this was the citations were in the one that you sent me, but now they are, so that was the other thing I was just gonna say, I thought you were gonna put these in,
Yeah.
did you still need me to do that, but
No, I
you did?
got that.
Okay. Alright, well, good, I'm glad I didn't spend too much time.
For some reason, I.
It's like
cannot-
you're a mind reader or something, everything I was
Go
gonna
to, go to
say.
page 5. I don't wanna get carried away with this, but for some reason, no matter what I do, I cannot get my computer to match this font.
Oh, it doesn't matter.
I'm gonna leave it like it
It's
is, okay?
perfectly fine.
It's as close as I can get it, no matter what I do, it just wants to keep them separate, because I this is what you had done, this is what I had done, and even though I tried to make the font the same, it's.
Windows 98 is tough, isn't it?
Well, you know, if you
And-
copied this off, like I'm assuming you didn't write this, you copied this out, I have other notes that are just like this, because
I
I have
thought I
got case
typed this,
studies.
I didn't cut and paste this.
Really, you?
This I typed this, yeah, but I cut and pasted into this document, and that's what.
Okay.
Okay, so
Didn't
where,
like that.
where are you adding
I
that
think
in?
that's
Wendell?
fine.
Page 3, right bottom there.
That's fine.
Yeah, like right there.
You had something in the other
Right
one.
there, I'm gonna add something.
I thought you had something in there that explained the fact that it would allow the first selectman to concentrate on policy and planning.
Yeah, I think I have that in there, we talked about it, I think we have that in there.
Oh, you do, it's right there, the first selectman is still responsible for the day-to-day administrative functions and policy-making responsibilities.
Yeah.
But in the one that you sent me, maybe it was just like a weird thing, but somehow that, either that wasn't in there, or it was like worded differently.
Okay,
And then I was like, well, where did that go? We need that in there.
where'd you just read that?
Page one.
Page 3 from,
Where?
right here.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, yeah, but I'll still make, it's a little clarification on Al, that's fine.
I mean, now that I have this is actually, it's funny, like, it really is a lot of the things that I was gonna suggest. Maybe we had talked about it, I don't know, but now they're in here.
I didn't
Now, this
really
chart
tweak
looks-
this that much.
This chart looks different.
Yeah, no, that was in,
That's
that
right.
was in there. That was in there.
I think this was the main one, is that I wanted that chart, I wanted this in
When
there
I-
so people could see that we're not making these numbers up.
When I scanned this chart in, it kind of reduced it, and I don't know.
I'm gonna see if I can get, I had the actual whole report in PDF, so I can pull the pages out. I think it's on my old computer.
Yeah.
I'll get a hold of, I think Beth, got this for me, cause you have to get this stuff from the CCM
Yeah,
directly.
yeah.
And they probably have it, and I'll shoot over to you and pull the pages out that you want, and shoot those to you.
Well, I have the pages, they're full-size pages.
No, he means
Yeah, but I mean
in
the
an
PDF
actual.
So when
PDF.
you pop it in here, it'll look just like the other pages, nice and clear.
Okay, I mean, I took the full page and I scanned it, I don't know why it
It has the dark background.
Yeah, you can't read those.
Yeah, so I'll see if I can get just the PDF pages.
That'd be really awful.
Yeah, that would be good. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, there was some information I was gonna go online to get, and we can't get it, and Beth probably could get it.
I went to CCM to get this again,
Yeah,
and I realized you have to
yeah,
request it, you have to sign in, whatever.
yeah, yeah.
So the town has to get that for you.
I see.
All right, it's a miracle. I think we're like, this is done.
Alright, so
Yay!
with what we're doing right now, Wendell, you pretty much have everything, except for I'll get those
Yeah,
pages,
you're gonna send that, you're gonna send,
and I'll send you this
you're gonna
with,
send me this,
with
and
the
you're gonna send me
sources.
the PDF of the municipal salaries.
Yep,
Okay, and I'm gonna, there's like two little spots I'm gonna.
so you want both of those, the
basically
5 to 9 and,
Yeah, that's good,
you
yeah.
want both of those pages.
Yeah, that may clean it easier to read. And then, let me ask you, do we have to meet again?
I think,
Or can we do this, or you want to have one last meeting to say, okay, this is it?
I think we have to vote on acceptance of what
Yeah,
we're going to
right,
do.
that's what I was thinking.
I really would like to try to get Chris and Steve at that meeting, because I don't
Yeah.
feel comfortable. I mean, I know they were so involved in all
Well,
of this.
Steve
they
came to the
already
last
said
two
that.
meetings, I don't know why he didn't come tonight, but he seems to be getting, back involved a little bit, so maybe we can get at least Steve to the last two. We haven't seen Chris.
If we can get the final draft and get it out to everybody,
Yeah,
and then set a meeting, say, look,
yeah,
it's gonna take, as long as everybody's okay with it, it's gonna take, it's gonna be a very short meeting.
Right, we
Yeah,
just want to
yeah,
vote on
yeah.
it.
Yeah, so we can
Yeah.
vote on it and actually
Yeah.
get it moved over to the first selectman, or the select board,
yeah,
to see what they wanna do with it.
yeah, okay. When do you want to meet?
Well, I can get you that page right away.
Yeah.
The other one, since town hall's closed, there's nobody for me to get a hold of,
Right, right.
unless I can find it somewhere.
Okay. Oh.
I looked for that too, and I couldn't access it.
I have a
couldn't get it. I
PDF,
looked
you wanna know,
online.
it just might be another one of my computers I don't use anymore, and I'll take a look.
Well, I mean, they'll be here Monday, so.
Yeah, it'll be here Monday, so if all goes well, how about this, maybe I can get it from you Monday.
Yeah, I don't know why it did that one, yeah, this is the chart, which you can read.
We wanna know, Wendell, if I can get you this other information
Yeah.
tomorrow,
Yeah,
and you have the information to edit the rest of this,
Yeah,
I mean, you're just really dropping those other pages in.
Yeah,
You don't have to edit them or anything, you know what I
that's
mean?
right, that's
it's
right.
the whole.
And actually, we could even use these, but I want them cleaner so that people can read them better.
Well,
I
if we
mean,
had
actually,
to, I
you
could
could just
actually just, I
photocopy.
could just photocopy these and
Exactly.
add these in there, but
Yeah,
it's even get the PDF, it'll be clean because of the page numbers on the bottom, it'll look better and everything, you can do that. So what are you saying, you wanna try to have a final meeting next week then?
let's get this done next week.
Okay. Not Thursday.
Change the name.
Any
Well, yeah,
questions?
that'll be the date,
Don't have any questions.
yeah, we'll date
Yeah,
that
chance
for our
to
last
read.
meeting.
Right.
What's that?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's all.
yeah,
Just let me know.
Yeah,
Maybe
you
one.
have it?
No, I got it now, but I haven't had a chance to read.
Yeah, that'll be a date for our last meeting.
Let's say our attendees, anything?
Can you post this when you post the agenda? Can you post your draft report when you post the agenda? So that people have an opportunity to see it before the meeting?
Can we do that?
No, you can post the agenda, I don't.
Um,
You can
It's
post
up
it
on
down, you mean post it down.
Let me
on
ask-
the town
So,
hall.
the
Yeah.
Stafford Town Hall website has the agenda for the meetings posted,
Yeah,
so I don't know how hard it would be.
We
to
have
take
to-
it.
I'll be going in Monday to post the agenda. I have to give it to Karen. I'll ask her if we can post that. I don't see why we couldn't. I
Okay.
mean, because really it's a draft until we vote on it, right?
Right, oh yeah, I don't care about it being posted, I don't mind that, just I don't know what the
Protocol.
logistics of it.
Yeah, let me just ask
Should
Karen
just
what
be
we have to
able
do.
to be uploaded.
Because if we have a
Shouldn't be
PDF form
problem.
of it,
Right, yeah.
we
yeah,
can just email it down to her and she'll post it
Yeah,
on the,
yeah. But we're not gonna have it Monday.
well, it just won't be posted at the time we post the agenda.
Well, you could
That's
post
good.
it Monday as is, it's
Yeah,
a
but I'm
draft.
not, yeah, but it's, I'm gonna be,
Working on it.
I just assume post what's gonna be our final draft before the next meeting.
Okay.
Okay,
It just-
meaning having those tables
Yeah.
in there like you want them.
Let me ask Karen about that. I don't think there's any problem with posting additional information for the meeting after the agenda goes in. That shouldn't be a problem.
Okay, but I guess what I'm leading up to is what, we wanna meet next week.
Yeah.
Wednesday and Thursday doesn't work for me.
Well, Monday or
Okay.
Tuesday probably would be too quick.
And Monday, because, I know, so I think we're gonna have to push it to the next week, but we can do it early in the week, like following Tuesday.
Yeah, I'm afraid so. I
What's
probably
it?
do.
That might be his first.
Monday's a holiday, right?
Monday's a holiday that week.
By week? Or
Yeah,
Martin Luther
Martin
King?
Luther King, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that
Um,
Tuesday's gonna work that for me. I mean, I can try to get a sitter, but.
You know what we can do is I'll post the minutes.
16th,
I won't post the agenda yet until we have a date. I'd really like to get a date where we can get Chris and Steve there. Like a firm confirmation.
Well, to do that, I wanna give them a couple dates to choose from and let them tell me, okay.
Were we doing early meetings before because that worked better for them?
That was for me, because I wanted to be home to put the kids to bed,
It definitely doesn't work for Steve now.
but, that was also, like, Chris was on a completely different teaching schedule than he is now, like, he's gonna start back. Actually, that's his first class back is the 20th, I thought something was going on, so he teaches that, like, 4 PM his class starts, he won't be done until, I could meet after, he won't be done until 7:38.
Let's put it out there for this 16th.
What day is that?
That's a-
That's a Tuesday.
That's
Oh,
a
wait
Friday.
Oh, wait a minute, I got the wrong month, there we go. Why did we do that?
The
The
15th.
13th, wow, it's already the 20th, wow.
That's what I'm,
Well, it's already the 20th, but we're in that week, we're in that week.
what about the 21st? Because that gives people a day back
It's
too,
a
like if
Wednesday,
anybody
I
goes
go every
away.
Wednesdays, and
I'm gonna
I
go
don't,
away,
I don't always go,
people
but I
that
didn't go
might-
this week, so I gotta go next week. We could do, 21st is an option.
Like I said, if we have this wrapped up, it should be a very quick meeting, so it's.
Right. The 21st is an option. I think the 20th could be, it. You, 20th doesn't work for you?
It could, but it would have to be 8 PM, because he
I'm not
won't
meeting
be
at 8 p.m.,
home.
So we'll do it on the 20th, it's too late. I go to bed by 9 o'clock, I can't stay that late. Let's try it for the 21st then, that's a Wednesday.
And the 21st is what day of the week?
A
Wednesday.
That's why I said it was a Wednesday.
And we can do 7 o'clock here.
Yeah. and I'm gonna send an email out,
I'll still post the meeting, I'll do an agenda for it, if we have to move, we have to cancel and move or whatever, but.
I mean, if that, listen.
well, you don't have to post the agenda, you know, I'm gonna shoot an email to these guys, like tomorrow, just to ask them to let me know if they can meet,
Okay.
so we have time to tweak that if we have to,
Before you go. on
before you
Sunday.
post it, you don't even post the agenda Monday for that.
No, I just have to get the minutes down there.
Right.
Alright, that's right, you know,
Unless,
I'll
unless
shoot
they
you
tell, unless they both get back to us in time for Monday and say they can attend, you know.
Should we think of another time for them, like maybe Thursdays must not work very well for them because. then the
I
Monday-
just started.
We've had
something on
Tuesdays,
Thursday.
Thursdays, Wednesdays, it doesn't really
Yeah,
matter.
I just started a league on Thursdays, so I got, I'm booked up for Thursdays for a while now.
All right, well, I have it
Archery, you're
in,
dying to ask, right?
yes.
Archery?
Yeah,
Archery?
yeah,
Really?
okay. So we're tentatively for the 21st,
21st, 7 o'clock, yeah.
right?
Yes.
But, with this final draft being done, middle of next week.
And then,
Or Monday or Tuesday, huh?
now, I have a
Yeah,
question
well, it depends
about,
on when you get the stuff to me.
I'll have the sheet.
Which I, well, I know, but you gotta have Beth on, that's all.
so then we can, after we approve it, we can just forward this to the Board of Selectmen, which we should so that they can read it. But we need to be available for questions at either
They'll
their
make it-
meeting or.
What they'll do is they'll make it an agenda item, probably at one of their meetings, and that's when we should attend if people have questions.
And so when do they meet again?
They meet every 2 weeks, they're meeting right now, I think, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
So they're usually every 2 weeks?
So that would be
Every
the
2 weeks?
15th, so
I
that
think it's every second week,
We'll be back in February for them.
yeah, or like second and third Tuesday of the month or whatever.
Yeah, we'll be back in February to meet with them, if they want us, if they wanna, they do it that soon.
Once we have it done and give it to them, it's up to them, they'll let us know when. Let us know that. Alright, so we have a handle on what we're doing, we should be able to get this stuff to you and get it wrapped up.
Yeah.
Anything else?
you're not waiting for anything from me.
No,
You guys are
No,
just.
no.
I make a motion, we adjourn.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Alright.
Nice job. Okay.
Sounds like you guys have been working hard, thank you.
Yeah,